So I'm going to create a face oil and I'm going to do it at 30 mils. So I'm going to be using a 2% ratio just to be on the safe side because it is for the face. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the grapeseed oil. With the grapeseed oil, I'm going for about 3/4 of the bottle to be the grapeseed oil. So I'm going to be using 22.5 mils of grapeseed oil. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure to 20 mils and then I'm going to use the pipette to get the 2.5 mils. So we've got 20 mils in the beaker now, and I'm just going to use the pipette that has the mils on it. I'm going to use this to get the 2.5 mils from. And that's spot on at 2.5 mils. So just going to put that into the beaker. So now we've got the 22.5 mils of grapeseed oil in there. I'm going to be using 1.5 mils of the vitamin E oil. So I have a smaller beaker to measure my 1.5. So I'm just going to do that now. That's 1.5 of vitamin E. And then finally I'm going to be using, we're going to be using 6 mils of the rosehip oil. So 6 mils of rosehip oil. And I'll pop that into here. So this measures up to 5 mils, so I'm going to be doing a 5 mil and then a 1 mil of the rosehip oil. So I've got my 5 mils going into my beaker now. And then I'm going to do 1 mil to bring that up to the 6 mils of rosehip oil. And we'll do this on the table just to make sure that we get it exactly right. So I've got my 1 mil, so that's 5 mil already in there, and the 1 mil, bringing that up to 6 mils of rosehip oil. I'm going to give this a little stir just to mix it all in. So now we have the grapeseed oil, the rosehip oil and the vitamin E oil all in there. Now I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to be doing 2% for the essential oils. I've decided for the healing and therapeutic properties we're going to be using rose, geranium, lavender, frankincense and myrrh and sandalwood. For the rose I'm going to be using 2 drops. One, 2. 2 drops of rose. We're going to be using 1 drop of geranium. Now, with creating this sort of facial oil, you can play around with the ratios yourself to what you prefer. So 1 drop of geranium, 1 drop of geranium and 2 drops of lavender. 1, 2, that was 3 of lavender. So I'm going to adjust the ratio and do 2 frankincense. One, 2 frankincense, and then finally we're going to do 4 sandalwood. 1, 2, 3, 4 sandalwood. We give that another stir. And give it a smell. Yeah, that smells lovely. Just give it another stir. And like I said, I'm keeping that quite light because it is going to be for my face, and I have a glass bottle for this one, clear glass bottle, because I want to infuse it with some rose crystals. I'm going to use 2 or 3 rose crystals. 1, 2, maybe 3 rose quartz crystals these are, and they're the smaller ones so that they will fit in the bottle. And then I've used a clear bottle because I actually want it to look quite beautiful, so I'm going to be using hibiscus flowers and whole, now this is if they will fit in. I'm hoping that I can get, I think I've got some small enough with the whole rose buds that will fit in to the oil, and that will bring out the properties from the flowers into the face oil. Now the hibiscus is quite hard, so I'm going to need to break that up a little bit. So just going to put a few hibiscus petals in there. Now you could add a preservative in here. It is obviously using dried flowers, and there's going to be no water going into this, and because it is a pipette, so there should be no reason for me to really get any contact of water in this, so I'm not going to put a preservative in this one. So now we've got the hibiscus in there and we have the rose quartz. I'm going to put a few clear quartz into here. And then I'm going to put in the whole rose. Hope this one fits in. Yeah. And that does look, you can't really see it on camera. I will put some pictures of it up so that you can see what that actually looks like. But it does look really nice with the whole rose bud in there, the quartz, the clear quartz and the rose quartz. So now I'm just going to pour the oil in. And I have noticed that the oil never tends to fill up the whole bottle with the precise measurements, but that's absolutely fine for me. I could top it up, but I'm actually going to leave it as it is. And that is a facial oil with therapeutic properties. And that's all done. And that's how you create a facial oil. and I will see you in the next video.